Hi everybody, it's Jodi and this is my Stamp with Jodi YouTube channel. You can see I'm outside enjoying some gorgeous weather today, but I wanted to welcome you to our season 5, episode 5 of the Great American Stampin' Show. This is a friendly competition. There are 4 of us, and every single week we put out a new episode. Your job is just to enjoy our videos, be inspired by our creativity, and to decide who wins each week. So go ahead, watch my video, and then click the links here in the description to watch the other 3, and then come back and give a thumbs up vote to the one that you like the most. Voting starts right now and it ends on Sunday evening, and then on Monday we announce the winner. That being said, no matter when you're watching, please give those thumbs up and comments. We'd love to have that interaction with you here on YouTube. Also, go ahead and subscribe to my channel here. I post other videos as well as the Great North American Stampin' Show, and so by subscribing, you'll be sure to catch all of them and not miss out on anything. So sit back, relax, and enjoy about an hour of creative inspiration. All right, as we jump into this new episode, I want to give a shout out to Julie, who won episode 4. She had a great project there, and so congrats to her. This time we are getting our inspiration from the Kintsugi suite. So Kintsugi Inspirations, if you've got your annual catalog, it starts on page 58. You can also search for that in my online store. You'll see all of these products, and these different card samples are in the online store as well. So if you've been following along with season 5, what we do is we take different layout samples and we use them as our starting point, as our creative inspiration. So this page here has these 5 different layouts. And so each of us are just choosing a layout and then putting our own twist on it, maybe using different colors, different products, whatever, but just showing how easy it is to get inspiration from the samples in the online store, from the samples here in the catalog, even if you don't have these products. Like, they're all made with the Inspiring Imperfections bundle, the awesome designer paper, embellishments, embossing folder, but you can use this to inspire your creativity even if you don't have these products. All right, so like I said, there's these 5 options. I decided right away that this was the card I wanted to do. So I'm going to pull it up just a bit so you can see those details. Now, what I saw when I looked at this was 2 different pieces of designer paper. You can see like a triangle of each of those designs. And then kind of like a tone on tone. So this is cloud cover, the different patterned paper, as well as the card base. And so a little bit monochromatic on the background. And then I also noticed that this wasn't quite centered. So you've got a larger margin on the top and right than you do on the bottom and left. So that's a little bit different. I don't usually layer like that. I usually just center it. The next thing I noticed was that there's a focal point here made up of several different die cut pieces. And then there's a little piece of white here with the greeting. It's got a torn edge on the side, and then there's a few embellishments. So that was my launching point. This is what's inspiring my card today. Like I said, as soon as I took a look at these different options, that's the one that jumped out at me right away. The other thing I knew right away, where do I want to set this? I will scoot it over here for now. The other thing I knew right away is that I wanted to use this new bundle called Perfectly Pears. It's a new online exclusive. All that means is that it's in my online store, but it's not printed in a catalog. Stampin' Up! Comes out with online exclusive products quite regularly. And so it's a great way to get new products in front of all of you without having to wait for a catalog to be published. So I am super excited about this one, Perfectly Pears. So I'm using this along with several dies, and I'll show you those as I use them. Star of the show, as it often is the coordinating designer paper. So these are 12 by 12, and you can see this would be a great layout for a scrapbook. And I'm just going to go through and show you some of the different patterns here. Some great images. You're seeing all sorts of different colors. You've got Old Olive, you've got Petal Pink, you've got Darling Duckling, Secret Sea. I just love these colors together. Okay, so these are all different patterns. This one I think is really cool. It's Darling Duckling, and then the lines in that grid are Petal Pink, which I thought was really unique. And then on the back side, just some really pretty detailed designs on there. This one I love. I love the Petal Pink background on this. And then there's a grid. This is Secret Sea, and then the lines are Old Olive. So again, a fun color combination there. This might be my favorite pattern out of the whole package. And then this one here is some tone on tone with the Old Olive. And then this piece here. This is what I'm super excited to show you. Okay, so let me pull in. After lots of back and forth, I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. I landed on a Petal Pink card base. So as much as I knew the layout right away and the bundle I wanted to use, the color combination I wasn't real sure on. So I used some inspiration from the colors that I saw in the designer paper and decided to go with the Petal Pink background for the card base. Now, if you recall, there's two different designer paper triangles on there, and I loved this piece. Loved it on here with the Petal Pink, but I decided to go another route because I felt like I needed just a little bit more contrast. And I think as I put it together, you'll see what I mean. But I love this sheet so much. I'm going to have to use it on something else because I need to play with that. Okay, here is what is absolutely awesome about this sheet of designer paper. These are a few of the dies, and check this out. The dies not only coordinate, where did my stamp set just go? So the dies not only coordinate with the stamps that come in the stamp set, but also with these same images on the designer paper. And so I've got the top stem and leaves, I've got the pear itself, I've got this little bundle. Let me do it down here. Which way? Nope. Keep spinning. Oh, now I'm moving that one. Let me do it down here maybe. Got to turn till it matches up. There we go. And then this is this group of the two little pears. Okay, so super awesome because I can use these dies to die cut not only when I stamp these images, but right from the designer paper. So by the magic of TV, I'm just going to pull those pieces in and show you what I did. Just die cutting straight from the designer paper. Isn't that so cool? So I just cut this down, run it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I've got all those pieces ready to go. So I'm going to scoot this aside for a moment and then pull in all my pieces. So this is the designer paper that I decided to go with. So even though this was my very favorite pattern, when I set this on here, do you see how it just kind of gets lost? It's too similar to everything else to really stand out. Whereas when I put it on here, that tends to pop a little bit. So that's why I went with the other colors. Now, when I pull the sample back in, remember that there were those two triangles. There's a couple of different options for you. You could take these two. So this is 5 inches by 3 3/4 of an inch. And then to get the triangle, all I have to do is take my trimmer and line this up right in the grooves. So the point there and here, oh, let me scoot it up. Here and here need to be right in the groove to cut. And then I would take my blade and get the two triangles. So that's how easy it is. Now I could cut 2 triangles and attach each of them to the card base. What I decided to do this time is leave this as a rectangle and only cut this into a triangle. The reason I do it is just because instead of having to match up 2 different triangles, it just lets me work a little bit easier to just attach this right to the rectangle. So then I can just take this piece, line it up right in the corner, line it up along the bottom, and I'm good to go. Otherwise, like I said, not a big deal if you want to take. The disadvantage of this convenience is that this part of the designer paper that's under here is kind of wasted. But it was worth it because, oh, and see, there's that pretty paper I don't want to cover up, but I am on this one. Okay, so, and I decided to use the liquid glue on this just so I could get in the corners really well. Now, if you remember, it's offset. So normally I would center, but this time I'm doing it down in that bottom corner. So I've got a bigger border up here than I do down here. I have never, ever in all my 24 years done that before, but I kind of like it. It's just a little bit different and a different way to mix it up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to pull in some Stampin' Dimensionals. The next thing I'm going to do is add the pear. The pear is going to be the focal point. So I've got that card base. I've got the 2 triangles offset a little bit. And now we're going to work on all those die cut pieces that create the focal point. And so I will just take a few dimensionals on the back here and peel off the backing. If you ever struggle, go like this with your thumbnail and it kind of pops up the edges. Just pops it up enough so that you can pull it right off. All right, so this I am going to do pretty much centered. I want to have a little bit more. See, I'm going to attach the little stem on the top, so I don't want it too close to the top because I want to have space to do that. So I'll attach this here, and then I'm actually going to put a dimensional behind each of the leaves. And then just a little, this is another reason I chose liquid glue, because I want just a little dot of glue there at the bottom. This is going to come down here. I think I'm going to twist it just a bit. So I'll attach those with dimensionals and then just hold that there a moment where that little dot of glue was. It is, this is colored on the designer paper, just so gorgeous. There's so much detail and texture in that watercolor. It's so, so pretty. Okay, my next part is this die cut little bundle of pears. So I'll stick a couple dimensionals on the back of that. And hopefully I didn't do that over too far. I want it to overlap just a little bit. I think that's okay. And we'll just stick it there. Again, just building that focal point together. This little piece, I think I'm going to do the greeting first. So this little piece is 2.5 by 7/8 of an inch. And I'm grabbing some Secret C ink. And the sentiment says, "A good friend is a gift." And so I'll just stamp that right in the middle. And then I'm going to tear the edge. Now in the sample, it was torn a little bit and kind of at an angle. So I'll just mimic that. Just pull the paper toward me. And then I'm going to kind of set this in here. Now it's a little bit bigger than I want it. I'd like it to stay inside on that designer paper. So I'm going to trim just a little bit off the edge and we'll tuck that back in. I think that's good. I might just tear it just a little bit. I just like the contrast of the white on the Secret C on the blue on the back. Okay, so I think that is ready. I'll add a little glue on the back of that. And we'll get this piece tucked in. Just make sure I can still see the A there. I think we're good. And then finally is this little die cut piece. And we'll just kind of tuck that in. How do I want to go here? I think just like, that'll work. All right, so I think the last thing I have to do is pull in these new gems. These are low profile sparkle dots, and there's 3 different colors. All the colors are part of this designer paper, so I can kind of choose which one I want to do. I think I'm going to go with the old olive, and I'm going to do one up here, and then I'll do a couple smaller ones down here. Okay, I am really excited about this card. It is such a quick and creative card. How easy would this be to duplicate and kind of mass produce? The designer paper, like I said, does all the heavy lifting here. You absolutely could stamp and watercolor the pears. But to do this layout with that gorgeous designer paper, there is no reason to even take the time to do that watercoloring when the paper can do it for you. So let's just compare really quickly here. We've got the 2 triangles. We've got the uneven border, the die cut pieces that make the focal point here. And then we've got the greeting off to the side and a few gems, just like it had there. So I loved this layout. Like I said, I knew the layout, I knew the products. I struggled with the color combination. In fact, I struggled so much, I made a few different samples. So not only this week do you get to vote between the 4 videos with me and my competitors, but I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna ask you to comment and let me know which of these color combinations you like the most. I've got 4 of them because honestly, I could not decide. So this is the one that I went with right here. This is the petal pink background. They're all the same except for the color of the card base, and I did use some different gems. So like on this one here, I chose the Darling Duckling, and there's some with Secret Sea. So I just chose some of the different gems from here, from the same package. But I want you to comment and tell me this is what I went with. Which one would you have gone with? Which one is the best background color? Is it Petal Pink, Old Olive, Secret Sea, or Darling Duckling? I think I'm going to stand by my Petal Pink. But for some reason, I'm really liking the Darling Duckling as well. I like the other ones too. It's super indecisive still, even after I did this whole video. So let me know what you think. Tell me which of the backgrounds, Petal Pink, Old Olive, Secret Sea, or Darling Duckling, which one do you like the most? Go ahead and let me know here in the comments. I want to remind you to go ahead and watch the other 3 videos. Click on the links here in the description. Go back, give your thumbs up, vote to the one that you enjoyed the most. And I hope you have enjoyed our Kintsugi card inspirations and my quick and creative card with the Perfectly Pear products. That's a mouthful. Perfectly Pear products that are part of the online exclusive. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to hear which color you like the most. Have a good one.